However, a white product might have an opportunity to be more lucrative. So with ease comes lower bar of entry. So maybe there's a lot of other people running that particular product. And with a white product, maybe it's a little bit more difficult, it's a little bit harder to run, but maybe more lucrative. Now, golden products are products that I have either run myself or am currently running myself or intend to run. And really, it's just a warning for you not to get upset when you see my ads in the newsfeed if it's a golden product. And by all means, just because I've labeled it gold doesn't mean I'm ever going to get around to selling it. There's a bunch of stuff on my list, a long list of stores I want to create. And please don't feel like you're going to entrench on my footstep here. If it's golden, it's free for everybody. And in fact, it could be more of an opportunity for you to look at that one because I'm interested. And competition is absolutely always welcome in this field. We can't get too hung up on ownership of products because, my God, this is a dog-eat-dog world out there in the e-com space. All right, now, you may be tempted to be looking for the freshest products on the list, the ones that I've just found, and that's not a bad strategy, not a bad strategy at all. Fresh products might be products that haven't quite reached their peak yet, and so you can jump on them if not many other people are running them, and maybe you have a chance of absolutely going viral. So, one second, I'm live on YouTube. Great, it did work. Give me a sec, guys. I know I keep saying that. Technology's changed tonight. It's weird. Now, don't feel like you have to stick to April, March, and February. Go back in time. Have a look at what I found. Whoops, that's not it. Have a look at what I found in February 2025. There'll be products here that don't work anymore that I've marked as red, but there's also some pretty good products here. And if their ads are still running, and if their website is still up, you can absolutely think about running that product. If you look at this one, Japanese knife. Now we click on the link. Is the website still running? Yeah, they're running. They're still doing well. How are the Facebook ads? Now this is a link to the Facebook ad library. This is completely free. You don't need to pay for anything for the Facebook ad library. Yours might look a little bit different to mine. I've got special browser plugins that give me a little bit more information than you get. That's cool. It's all fine. But what you want to look for is just to see, yes, these guys still have ads running. Make sure it's for the same product. They're still selling knives. Yes, they are. And these have been running since February. Great. That's a good sign. January, even better sign. March. Okay. Well, that's new and fresh. So these guys are still making money. And I promise you that, well, I don't promise you because I can't promise you, but I suspect they're most likely printing money, these guys. So that's how we use my product database. When I find a product in my stream, if I think it's a decent product, it goes in the database and it's absolutely a free-for-all for anybody who wants to run those. But there are some little things I do want to tell you. In the day and age of AI, there is absolutely zero excuse for you copying and pasting someone else's entire landing page and images into your own website. Guys, use AI. Just change things. Come up with your own angles, your own ideas. Go nuts with the creativity. AI can do anything. So don't blatantly copy someone because people get upset when you copy them. That's one thing. But also you're copying their mistakes. So start with something that's you and start with something that you figured out a new angle for. Guys, the key to finding a winning product isn't just finding a winning product, it's finding a winning angle. We have this vacuum cleaner. It's a little handheld vacuum cleaner. And I tell this story all the time because I was so impressed. This handheld vacuum cleaner has been sold by many people inside the Freedom Club to clean up your car, clean up your caravan, clean up a room if you live in a little apartment. It's a little handheld, little zip. And then they made a fair bit of money about it. But one day a student came out and they realized they could sell this product as a way to clean up a particular hobby. And they completely niched their website for that hobby. And my God, did they do well. So they came up with a completely unique angle to sell a product that had been sold many times before. And that, guys, that's like the holy grail. If you can do that, you are going to make money in this industry. Anyway, I digress. Let's go find some ads that have been running. If you guys have some niches that you want me to look out for or do some research in while I'm here, pop them in the chat. If you have a product that you want my opinion on, well, I'm the guy who actually approves all the products that you send through. So feel free to drop in a product into the chat here and I can give you my thoughts on it. You still need to submit your product so I can give you the formal approval, but I can at least tell you whether or not I would approve it. All right, Linda. A bit left field. What do you think about the incontinence for women? All right, yeah. I mean, that sounded wrong. What do I think about incontinence for women? All right. Yeah, good question. So we actually have one of our coaches who is selling these on her store, and she's been selling them for a while. Do I think it's a good niche? Absolutely not. Not for you guys. It's difficult, guys. It's challenging. The reason why these types of things are so challenging is because you have to think about logistics and refunds. A lot of women are going to be buying the wrong size, and under Australian law, if someone buys the wrong size, they're entitled to an exchange or refund, and they're going to have to send them to you. So the dropshipper will have them in China in a warehouse, or even on eBay. They send them to the customer. Customer's not happy with them. Customer sends them back to you. What do you do with them? So in that respect, if you wanted to go down this route, I would absolutely recommend trying something easier first, getting a finger on the pulse of e-commerce, unless you've already had e-commerce businesses, and that's different. But find a problem-solving product that doesn't involve sizes. That makes sense? Jess, you haven't got your head around mini research yet? Are you able to drop products? Yeah, drop them in here. I'll give you my opinion. I only have access to around about 100 different Facebook accounts, and I've only seen 1,000 different products. All right, what do we got here? A Tens Care iTouch Go. Well, that's interesting. Pelvic floor exerciser, Kegel trainer for women. One sec, I've lost my window. Where are you guys? Here you are. All right, hold on. Let's talk about this one first. Yeah, this is pretty good. I imagine this is like, oh Jesus, it's probably not something I should be showing on YouTube, but it certainly is, I think, electrocuting your vagina, right? This is a good example of a great product, but this is pretty expensive. Now, that's not bad. Expensive products can be really useful for us because while we do try and tell you to have a 3 times markup on your products at least, when you have an expensive product, you don't have to have a 3 times markup. If this is 140 pounds, what's that? That's $269. You probably want to sell this for $370 to $450, which means you get a sizable chunk when someone buys it. However, the thing to keep in mind is the more expensive the product that you're selling, the more difficult it's going to be to sell it, the better your website has to be, the more you'll have to spend on ads to get that sale. You could be spending $100 a purchase. You'll still make a fair amount of change back at $100 a purchase, but it's going to be like gripping the seat of your pants every day, waking up to your Facebook ad results going, Jesus, I've spent $99 today and there's no order. So just bear in mind, if it's your first product, you might want to go and find something a little bit cheaper. However, I do think this is a good product. I do think it's worth thinking about, and I would support if you wanted to give this a shake. Just know that you're going to have a little bit of capital behind you, because you'll have to spend some money on ads before you see results for this kind of thing. All right. What's next? Jess, not Jess. Jens, Jess. What do you got here? Freedom to work your way. Invest in your productivity today. Monitors. Interesting. Maybe. I mean, I've seen versions of these out for years. I have thought about running these at one time or another. Quad screens, that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. There are cheaper versions of this. You don't have to have an $849 version. I think you can get away with like a couple of $100. Yeah, I'd be interested to see your product research on this one. To go find these on eBay or wherever and just go further down the rabbit hole. One second, Sarah. I'll get back to that in a second. And Jess, let's look at your second one. All right, what's this thing? Oh yeah, foldable. That's cool. A foldable keyboard and mouse. Yeah, I've often said in the last couple of weeks that I think computer gadgets are probably one of the next things that I'd be interested in running, because we're at this point now where the factories in China are building really nice versions of hardware, and it's getting to the point where the only thing that makes the hardware on my desktop worth something is now the branding on it. You know, there is perfectly good things like this that actually feel good to use these days. We've come a long way in the cheap electronics market. I think this is cool. I absolutely would consider keyboards and mice. Keyboards and mice. All right, Sarah, Mia has asked to put your query here for you. You've had several eBay suppliers initially, however, they've all sold out apart from one. This is too close in price to the competition's selling point. You found a supplier on Alibaba that's 50% less in price. They can customize and the minimum order is one. Great. What do I suggest? Okay. Given we don't generally... Oh, okay. So Alibaba, for those of you who don't know, is it's the eBay of factories in China. So rather than talking to a vendor who goes out, grabs your product, packages it, and ships it, you're talking to the actual people who work in or manage the factory that makes the product. Now, I have never drop shipped from Alibaba, and I never will. It's much better to buy a few of them and then ship them over to our fulfillment center in China, our partner, who is T-Fulfill. And I've done this myself for my store. My latest store is a product. I bought 100 of them. I had them custom made for me with a custom box. It looks amazing. I shipped them to T-Fulfill and they hold them for me. So now I paid Alibaba for them. So I don't have to pay anything for the product, and I just have to pay T-Fulfill a fee to ship them out. So it's costing me a lot less than before. Now, the best thing to do is actually go through T-Fulfill and have a chat with them. Give them the URL of the Alibaba place, and they can chat in Chinese to the actual factory and hopefully get a better deal for you. And I was able to get significantly better deals through them because, you know, they're dealing with a Chinese company dealing with another Chinese company is a lot easier than dealing with us. Now, if you want to have a chat with T-Fulfill and give them those links and just see if we can make this work, I'll give you my WhatsApp link right now, and you can have a chat with me on WhatsApp. Now, for those of you who maybe have messaged me on WhatsApp and you haven't heard back, please ping me again. I get a lot of messages and I don't want to miss anybody. So if I have missed you at any point, feel free to send me another message. But this is my WhatsApp link. Just tell me you're a Freedom Club student and that you want to have a chat with a supplier, and I'll set up a conversation between you, me, and them. Wow, you guys have done a lot of research. Usually I come to these and no one's got any ideas. Let's have a look at this one. V-shaped slimming device. Yeah, I mean, you can sell this for 99 buckaroos and that's 3 times margin. I don't know how good it works. But I mean, red light products are all the rage right now. People definitely want to get rid of that double chin. Yeah, look, this looks like a decent product to me. So the next step, Jess, is to go find competitors who are selling something similar. And look, if you've only seen people who are selling similar things but not the same item, beautiful. I love bringing out a similar type of thing that's not the exact type of thing that everyone else is selling. I love that. All right, now you've got another one here. Red light therapy pads for pets. Well, I never thought of selling them for pets. Jesus. Why don't you just buy one for humans and put it on your pet? How does this even get through the fur? And how do you even keep your pet still? There's obviously a niche. With this one, it is expensive, $343. Again, we're going to be talking about a high spend on Facebook, and it's a very competitive market. Now, I did start a red light store not too long ago myself. I was in the market. I ended up closing that store down, not because it wasn't successful. It was all right. We got sales. I could see the potential in this. I didn't love the product myself, and I only want to sell products that I absolutely love, personally. But if you feel the pull for a red light and you love the concept, you love the products, yeah, absolutely go for it. Absolutely. I can tell you it definitely works. Well, no, sells. I can't tell you that it works. I can tell you that it sells. Vitala facial device. All right. Now, this is step one, finding your competitor. And you've done a great job. These guys have a half decent website. It's a shrine theme. And they put minimal effort into this, but at least they've got decent images. Honestly, this is like the laziest shit that I've... Excuse me. That was... this is the laziest website I've seen. Well, no, it's not, but it's pretty lazy. Okay, get Vitala. So this is step one, finding your competitor. Let's go see how long these guys have been running ads. Let's go to the Facebook ad library. If you want to get to the Facebook ad library, go into Google, type in Facebook ad library, find the Google link, and you come right here. We're going to search for Get Vitala, and they have no ads running. Always make sure that you're searching for under all countries, and all ads whenever you're searching for ads. Now, we can't find these guys. Let's just do one more check and look at the URL. Nothing. Yeah, these guys aren't selling on Facebook. They may be selling on TikTok. We can have a look in Trend Track, actually. So this... Jess, Jess, you trade as an osteopath for horses. That's very niche. And people spend a lot of money on their pets? No doubt they do. You're unsure if you should lean into that knowledge or go left wing with the competitor. What are my thoughts? It's always better. Look, this is probably one key difference between Austin and myself is how much you get involved in your product. Now, Austin says you don't need to have any love for your product or your niche. It's just, you build a business selling a product. I work a bit differently. I like to be attached to my product. I like to be in that field, in that niche myself. So the last product that I created was a snoring product because I snore, and this solved my snoring. I tested it, I like it, and I've gone full into that. And with home craftology, I mean, I don't do crafts, but my wife went through breast cancer treatment 8 years ago, and she couldn't use her hands anymore. And I hope she doesn't mind me telling the story all the time, because this is how this started. I bought this for her to bring the dexterity back into fingertips, and she liked it. And it helped with her anxiety, and it helped with her cope through the ongoing stress of the treatments. And when she finished, we're like, hey, maybe we should actually sell these. Maybe these are going to help other people. So if you've got some knowledge there about pets, about animals, and the kind of products that are going to help them, absolutely, I would lean into that, 100%. All right, let's go find this particular store, and see where they're getting the traffic from. This is the tool that I've got called Trend Track. If you want to get access to this tool, I can give you 20% off. They've given me an affiliate code. So if you did decide you want this tool, here is an affiliate code for it. One sec. This will give you 20% off. And this is trendtrack.io. Now, do you need this? No, you don't need this. You can honestly use Minia, but there's things that this thing can do that Minia can't do. And if you just don't know what to sell and you just want to look at everything, my God, this thing's fantastic. But no, getvitala.com is not coming up. It's not even coming up as a store. It doesn't seem like they're getting any traffic. So I would go and find more competitors selling that product. But what I love about this particular tool, we'll probably get into this when we actually look at searching for products, is it tells me how much traffic they've been getting and how many ads they've got live. So you can tell when people are increasing their ad spend and increasing their monthly visits. So it's a great way to find new trends. And I'm following many shops. Where's my list of shops? These are all the shops that I've found that either sell something that I'm interested in selling or sell something that I'm already selling. And I can instantly have a look at their ads. So I can look at, for example, where is a snoring store? Was this a snoring product? No, it wasn't. I don't know why I'm looking at that one. Sleepies. Let's look at Sleepies, for example. I can see their traffic. They've done, they launched and then they kind of tapered off. So things aren't going so well for these guys. And they're selling. Their website's down. Okay, that's why they're not getting traffic. They were trying to sell something which I had no interest in. This eliminates your sleep apnea syndrome, or it's free. $299. Jesus Christ! And these are their ads. I think this is one you actually put under your chin. I can't think of anything worse. But you can see their ads, and you can see and you can click on them, and you can go to them. Absolutely cool. Oh, here we go. They are selling still. Their traffic has just dropped off. Ugh, I can't imagine sticking anything to my throat. Anyway, I digress. Now, Linda, T-Fulfill, if you've worked with them, would you suggest we advertise shipping times of 7 to 12 days on your website? Yeah, absolutely. The worst thing that you can do is lie to your customers. We had one student who was scaling really hard, and they decided to use T-Fulfill. T-Fulfill, obviously, it's going to be slower than eBay. But with T-Fulfill, the product will cost less than eBay most of the time, so you'll make more money, and they'll never run out of stock, and the price will never change, and it's fully automated. Like, you don't need to, you just pay for your order, all your orders in one big go, and that's it. There's no other tracking things or buttons to click. It's just one button to click and you're paid. And that is a huge lifesaver for those of us who need that extra time in our lives. But the shipping time is longer, so there's a give and a take. And this student scaled big time on his product, but he told people it was 3 to 5 day shipping, and people started putting bad reviews on his Facebook, and then his Facebook ads crashed because of that. And it's like, well, don't lie to your customers, guys. I'm telling you, I've sold $16 million worth of diamond painting kits. They all know how long these take to get delivered. I rarely get complaints because I tell them at the checkout how long the shipping times are. I tell them via my email. The first email that you get from me is, hey, thank you for your order. We'll be shipping it out in just a couple of days. This will be the shipping time. You know? When you're upfront with people, they don't get upset. However, if you're wanting to sign up for Afterpay, don't put 7 to 12 days shipping before you've signed up to Afterpay. You may need to put down your 3 to 5 day shipping, apply for Afterpay, get approved, and then change your shipping times. How do I forecast demand with T-Fulfill to ensure we don't run out of stock? Well, what I do where it matters, because home craftology obviously is a lot of print on demand, so we never run out of stock for print on demand. For my other store, for example, I made a deal, or I had them make a deal with an Alibaba supplier to make my product, and so now I know T-Fulfill have 100 of my products sitting on their shelf, and when that runs out, or when it gets close to running out, I'll just go and get 100 more shipped in. If you don't do that, there can be a 1 to 3 day delay while they go out to the factory that makes your product and get it shipped to them, and then they ship it out. But I mean, that they could put the order in in the morning and get it delivered to their warehouse that night, so it's ready to ship out the next day. These are all conversations you want to have with them, and the thing that you got to remember is this is your business. So you need to be in that conversation and ask them the questions and understand your stock level and be in communication with them. Don't just think, hey, Freedom Club set this up so I don't need to do anything. Grab the bull by the horns and see if you can get a better product. See if you can get a better price. See if there's something else out there that is different from your competition or has an extra feature. Ask them about packaging. Ask them about putting a business card in with an extra discount. Ask all the questions about what you can do. For example, I know I keep coming back to this, but there's a few new people in today. So what sets me apart from my competition is we have developed is it here? Do I have it here? Here we go. We've developed a whole kit with a custom box, with a custom bag, with a custom ribbon, with a custom print, with custom tools. And this was all with T-Fulfill. They helped me do everything here. So you can do all of these. It's amazing how much this ribbon makes such a difference. It cost me like 5 cents. I still get emails thanking me for putting a ribbon on this because they just love to unwrap it and pull that string, and they say it's like a gift for them. So whatever you can think of in your creativity, chat with T-Fulfill and see if they can do it. All right. What were we looking at? I've forgotten. Let's go find some products. We're going to be looking at ads through Trend Track. Now you can still use Minia for sure, but I do enjoy Trend Tracker. So it's not my favorite ad spying tool. It's my number one favorite shop spying tool. My favorite ad spying tool is actually these PiPi ads, but they need to give me some more credits. So we won't use PiPi ads today. We'll use Trend Track. All right, let's search by, you know what? Let's just search. Let's just go through. And what do I want? I want United States. I want Canada, and I want Australia and New Zealand. And United Kingdom. You can't find any ads for manual food choppers or processors. Dude, there's plenty. There's plenty. You know what? What would we call them? Food? Let's see what we can find. Maybe food's the wrong thing. Chopper? Would you call it a chopper? No, then we'll find like helicopters and stuff. Fancy dog food? Yeah, that's not good. This isn't going to find us what we want. Food processor? Did I spell it right? Food processor. I could probably search for kitchen. Here we go. Trade in. We're not looking for trade in sort of stuff. That's like brick and mortar level products. We're looking for drop shipping products. What have we got here? What's this thing? Click clack. No, thank you. Oh, Cuisine Arts. That's a pretty big brand, right? Food prep. Yeah, maybe food prep. Discontinued 3 minutes. So this is not really drop shipping, but if you're wanting to build up a list of your competitors, yeah, absolutely, I would. Oh, okay. What you can do with this, right, is you can take a screenshot of the products, which I'll do. Now, if I had my PiPi ads up and running, we could just take that screenshot and we could put it into PiPi ads and find the product. I don't know if I can put that here. Does this work? I'll do it on this one. I can do it on PiPi ads, but PiPi ads are out of credit. We could go Alibaba and we could just find the product, and then I could probably find the competitors. That could work. We'll try that. Yomo, good to see you. Welcome back. So we'll do an image search. We'll drop it in here. Here we go. $9 from Alibaba. That means you'll probably find this on AliExpress. And what do they call this? Mini household vegetable processor. Dehydrates vegetables too. Comfort? No. No, nothing with sizes pristine. No clothes. That is not part of the Freedom Formula. Absolutely no sizing. I can tell you, no one gets their size right. Okay, now food processor. Now we've got an idea of what the product looks like. We can find some examples here. There are 3 types: pull, push, and press. You want to figure out how to sell all 3 together. Okay. Well, let's find some examples. What I'm looking for is not a cuisine art. I'm looking for a dropshipping brand. You know what? The problem with some of these ones is these ads are offline. So what I'm going to do is now change this to the last seen date within the last week. I want the status to be active. No results. Okay, well, let's take the last seen date. Active ads only. Ooh, this one, HSN.
Save big on this new food processor that can chop, whisk, mix, slice, and so much more.
Okay. HSN. Curtis Stone. That's obviously a retail brand. This is a retail store. We don't want to really be looking at retail stores for ideas. Honestly, they don't know how to sell. They don't know what they're doing. They're usually full of capital from investors, and they're not hungry enough for their profits to need to put into the sort of things that we would put in to sell a product. So we don't look for retail type of brands. The Pampered Chef. Here we go. What's this one? $99. Customer favorite. Free shipping. Okay, this is not too bad. It still looks a little corporate-y, but we can go and check their ads. Pampered Chef. Okay, these guys are obviously huge. Just to put this into perspective, I've got 64,000 followers. These guys have nearly 1 million. So this would be a retail brand, but they are doing a good job with their ads. I'll tell you that. And I do one day want to start a kitchen store. Look at this. They've got carousel ads. Nice. This one's been running since March 3rd. So that's, 17 days old just with an image. Yeah, you could most definitely sell food processors. But you're looking for a push, pull, and a press. I don't think you want to be going for this cheap ass Alibaba one here, right? We need a better one. That's a push one, right? Meat grinder. This would be a pull one. Pasta strainer, interesting. I don't know. You know what worries me about a pasta strainer? It's not that it's a bad idea or anything. It's just, and maybe this is just me worrying too much. But what if someone burns himself? Non-stick ceramic surface makes effortless cleanup with tempered glass lid, dishwasher safe graphite. Look, it looks all right. Yeah, maybe look. Honestly, I think I'm overthinking it. It's probably fantastic. Oh, what's this one? New arrival, 5-in-1, high beauty value. It's a baby food maker. Nah, we want a proper processor. Baby food. That's an interesting one there. Do you need to sell a all-in-one? Or could you just sell a good food processor? Multifunctional, 800 watt, free bowl. This one looks like it does all the things. I can't imagine what a 3-in-1 is. Push, pull, and a press. Yeah, I don't know. I think you should probably stick to one that does one thing really good. Big problem I think with the push ones is the cleanup. I think that's a big problem with all of them, right? Now these guys look like a retail. Do you guys understand what I'm saying about retailers? Retailers don't worry about their landing pages. Retailers don't have to do a hard sell because retailers, most of their payments come from their online, not their online, come from their brand knowledge, their physical locations. And so investors give them money, and these guys usually, they have a budget to spend. They don't just spend if it's profitable, they spend their entire budget. And if we try and follow them, we'll spend our entire budget too. As dropshippers, we've got to be even more cunning. We've got to help sell the benefits of a product, not just its features. We've got to sell the thought of success in using this product and what it's going to bring to your life so that we can compete with these guys. And honestly, it scares me. If these guys ever learn to sell like we do, man, they'd make millions of dollars. This looks pretty good as a product itself. Oh, you want to sell all three in the same site? That's a great idea. That's a really great idea too. There's two ways to do that. Obviously, you could have different product listings, right? But you could also try having one product, which is the food processor, and having 3 variants available on your page that you can pick from, as a cheap one for $79, an expensive one for $150, and then an uber expensive one for like $300. That way, anyone who comes to the website looking for solving that problem, which is processing food, they're going to have an option in their price range for the problem they wanted to solve. So absolutely, Matt, go for it. Go find your food processors. I think it's a bloody great idea and a good start to a kitchen store. As you can see here, there's plenty of ads running at the moment. You'll probably find a bunch of good ads on Minia as well. You could even, and I'm just thinking out loud here, you could even have recipes on your store as a PDF, like quick and easy dessert in your blender. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me, it's getting late. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Good idea, really good idea. All right, let's stop looking at blenders. What else we got? Pet Kit Official. Oh, is that a water fountain for cats? Minia is a scam. You got 3 searches and you reached your limit for the free trial. It's not a scam. They just want your money. None of the tools that I use are free, by the way. These, especially this one. Like this one and PiPi ads, my 2 favorite tools. These are expensive. But so is everything when you want to make money. Now that's not a problem-solving product.
The easiest way to shock everyone who hasn't seen you in months.
Yeah, all right, man. 4 weeks, that's all it takes to go.
No, thank you. Oh, that's cool. Just a work table. Right? Oh. Let's take a look at that.
The pick is made to be there, rock solid, supporting you, period.
I never would have thought to run bloody tables. Yeah, I run a table store. But actually, It's a great idea.
Not only do we make in America, we ultimately selected some of the best manufacturers in the world, the best materials in the world.
Gets the job done, it's sturdy, it's reliable. It's a tool I didn't realize I needed until I had it.
Yeah, 100%. Fantastic. I know it's boring, but boring products sell. They got cutting boards as attachments. Who wants the apparel? No one's buying your t-shirts. Well, maybe they are. Maybe I just don't know. Shop table. Now I know these guys have probably been on Shark Tank, and they're probably, you know, the ideas in that table. Yeah, you're not going to be able to find this table. This is going to have some sort of design patent to it for sure. Doesn't mean you can't run a similar type of table. Just be careful that you don't take one that's like taking their ideas. Is it worth watching videos on the trending products each month and going with it? You can just watch my videos. No, there's a lot more than just watching trending product videos. It's about knowing what you want to sell. You could pick a multitude of products and be successful or fail. As you know, there's literally hundreds of products in my database here. These are just ideas though, and honestly, go through these, man. Go through, but when you go through these, don't just think, okay, Chris said to find this table. Obviously, this is the table. I'm going to go sell this one. No. If you're like, hey, yeah, outdoor tables, that's my jam. I can come up with so many ideas for this. Go find another table that's not really out there yet, and run with that one. I'm not sure if I'm making much sense. Let's go find these guys' Facebook ads. Oops. Oh, wait a minute. They've only got 7,000 followers. That might mean that, are they new to the market? April 7th. When you're looking at your Facebook ads, what I'm looking for a few different things. Number one is the dates that these started running. And now it's some of the time, but not all the time. The further away the date is from today, the longer it's been running and the more chance that they're successful. It's not always the case because Facebook just screwed up all of my ads for Home Craftology and I had to redo the whole thing. So they all say that they've been running for like a day. So it's not 100% actual. What I'm also looking for, I'm looking for high quality video ads. That's usually a sign that they've got a good product, they've invested in their product. And I'm also looking for repeats. So I'm looking for the same video twice. That can indicate that they're trying to scale horizontally. I'm making sure that we don't see too many of these which say low impression count. And I'm also looking for really nice looking image ads, because image ads are another sign that they're doing very well and they know what they're doing with marketing. These guys don't have any. It doesn't mean they're terrible. Now, it just means that they're probably finding their footing. They probably are profitable, but they're not as like huge as I thought they were from their website. Interesting. I do think it's a cool idea. It is in the list. But don't get caught up in this shiny ball syndrome where you go from one idea to the other because something looks better than the idea that you had before. Pick something that you like, because you're going to have to get to know this product intimately. So if you absolutely can't stand crafts, don't sell crafts. If you're passionate about food and impatient, you also have little knife skills, good. You know, a lot of people in the same boat and you're really wanting, look, mate, I'll be 100% honest with you. The kitchen niche is definitely one of my top 3 websites that I want to make next. I love cooking myself. In fact, I'm not going to share my idea. I had a brilliant idea though in the kitchen niche. No one's doing it. I've found some products. I'm probably going to run with it, and that'll be exciting. For example, though, if you like cooking steaks, you could make a website around steak products, selling knives, selling cutting boards, selling salt applicators. Use your creativity to come up with. And also you could sell meat thermometers as well. If you're into salads, you could have a whole website around making cool salads with, you know, salad bowl. I'm spitballing ideas here. Or you just have to go the general niche. I've had some students do really well with knives and knife sharpening and cutting boards. We've had other students do well with plastic-free products in the kitchen. That's actually a huge niche right now, is plastic-free. Now, I think it's a little bit late to jump on board of the wooden utensils niche because there's a few big players in that niche, and a couple of those players are from the Freedom Club, and we were there when they came up with the idea. And they've done very, very well. But I think there's other products in the kitchen niche that you could replace the plastic. Things like bowls and even like microwave bowls and Tupperware, you could replace that with proper, I don't know, maybe there's some other type of bowls that you can get that are similar to plastic but aren't plastic. Some type of ceramic bowl or glass bowl or something. It's got to be something out there. This one we saw a while ago. There is a patent that's expired for this one.
Do not buy it. Do not buy it. Because it looks like a toy. Don't buy it. You don't want it. Your friends don't want it. You don't want this. Because who would want something that is so cute? I mean, you don't want something like this.
The whole ad is don't buy it, don't buy it, don't buy it.
I mean, I would rather run like 2 miles, wouldn't you? Nobody wants to run 2 miles. Whoever wants to run 2 miles are crazy. If you do this 30 minutes a day, it's like running 2 miles. I'm never running. If you ever see me running, it's because I'm being chased. If you see me doing this, it's because it's really fun, right? So you don't want it. You don't want to have fun while you're working out. Make sure it's clipped in here. It's so
I hate
fun.
that style of negativity selling. Such a 2026 thing to do. But the Infinity, yeah, they're doing well. So this has been running since April 7th. That's 13 days. We found this product. It's already in the list, and it's been there for a while now. That's a good product. But do your own research. Make your own decisions. This one, fold and fit. Yeah, brilliant. Tiny treadmills are definitely a trend that I've seen. I should put one in my office here so I can do some steps while I'm doing my ecom. I'm going to put this on the list. Tiny treadmill. There's heaps of them out there too that you can go and do some research on. Treadmill. Let's go see these guys' Facebook ads. And Matt, yeah, I really want to see that passion put into a store. I love when that happens. Okay, August 16. Wow, August 16? June? Guys, these guys are killing it. Good static image ads, good video ads. Lots of good video ads. They haven't touched their ads since January. Wow. Yeah. Fantastic. Fantastic. What if you find a product that has no ads? Well, that's a tough question. The Freedom Formula teaches us, if it's your first product, to find a product that does have competitors who are making money in that niche. That way, you're a bit more assured that you're going to jump on in and take a slice of that pie. But with my latest store, there were no competitors selling my product that were dropshipping. My product was in chemists and it was on other online stores, but I didn't see anybody else dropshipping it. They were all bigger brands. And so I decided to, and I did see other people, I did see people fail. There were a few failed stores selling my product, but that didn't deter me. I still went all in because I did believe that I could sell it. And so far, I haven't been wrong on this particular store. It could all, fall in a heap next week, but at least I will have said that I gave it my best. What we got here? Acquire elite. 8 heads horse massage gun. Ooh. Oh, that looks good. I want one of those for my back. Yeah, so we want to look at all ads, Matt. I'm in two minds about this one, Jess. I wouldn't want to say no and tell you that this wasn't going to work, because it very much might work. It's just from my personal thoughts on it would be that I like to sell products where there's a lot of customers. And I know that you know that there's a lot of people who own horses, but is there enough that you can really scale this? I can't tell you. Only testing can tell you that. If you believe in it, I will be happy to support you in running this product though. And the cool thing is, you can create a store and you can test a product, and if it doesn't work, you can just pivot. They got a really good video. It's very cheap actually, $142. And their website sucks. This is awful. Who designed this piece of crap? Jesus. Do I think for your first shop this may be a little bit too much of a small pond? You would have to tell me. You would have to tell me. Do you think there's enough people out there who would buy this for their horse? Because I obviously know very little about horses. As much as I love them and I have ridden them, I have absolutely no idea about the horse industries. They got some good features on their website. They just have no idea about design. I think it's cool, Jess. I think it's really cool. I'd love to see you give this a try. All right, what's this team drop? Team drop all-in-one dropshipping. Oh, yuck. No. No. Absolutely not. I don't know these guys. I've never used them, but I have not heard amazing things about them. No, if you want to do drop shipping from China, your best bet is to go through T-Fulfill. And I can't comment on these guys because I've never used them. I've had no connection with them. I have heard things about them, but they're only just like rumors and hearsay, so I don't know. You do some research? Awesome. All right, guys, that's all I have time for. I've got to go jump into my next call. I will be back on Wednesday for more of this. Same time, same place. I'll see you guys then.